Hello and welcome to the Intermission podcast. I'm Fabian, that's Isaiah. We're a Dallas sports podcast. We've been out of commission the last couple of weeks. We've been having some personal issues, some family stuff. Apologies for that. But we're back and not too happy about it.
What a time to be back to. Our teams are.
Yeah. But we should have a decent episode today. Sort of some seasons are winding down. Football season's obviously just around the corner, and so we're gonna talk about some of that. We're gonna hop in. We gonna hop in?
Yeah, let's hop in. So what? The most depressing team right now?
I don't know about that. No, yeah, probably because they were the most. We're talking about the Rangers. Probably because they weren't supposed to be this bad at all.
I know a few of the games. The Rangers look like they've actually been able to turn this around, and then within these last 2 weeks, they've been losing a whole lot of games.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I mean, we had an amazing June, and then July was ish-mishy, and then trade deadline, and now we've been since the trade deadline bad. But the last 2 weeks we've gone 3-11 in our last 14, and we've been truly awful, terrible, bad. Our pitching, which was obviously the best part of our team, has regressed significantly to being just mediocre. I mean, they're definitely not doing good, but they're not the worst. They're still not the worst pitching staff in the league. But again, when our offense is as bad as it is, it's all it needs to be. But our pitching has been bad. In the last 2 weeks, let me make sure I got my number right. My mouse is freaking out. Give me a second. Oh, that's why it's freaking out. Hold on. Give me another second. All right. Let me get my numbers right. In the last 2 weeks, again, we've gone 3-11. We went from 60 and 58, I believe, to now we're 63 and 66. So bad. Our pitching has regressed. We have, again, in the last 2 weeks, a 5.69 team ERA as a collective with a 12.4 home runs per 9. Bad, really bad. Our bullpen especially has regressed a lot. I mean, our pitchers have regressed to being just decent, and then our bullpen has regressed a lot. Even with our additions of Matt and Colomb and Corvello, we've just been poor, especially closing out games. There's been a lot more blown saves in what was already an issue for us. We had the second most blown saves, and it's only gotten worse. Our offense technically has been a little better, but still bad. We went from being ranked 28th to, I think, 21st in the last 2 weeks, but still bad. And especially with how our bullpen, especially, but our pitching in general has been the last 2 weeks, just not good enough. Again, 3-11. I haven't won a single series, and some pretty key series have been happening. We're still third in the AL West, technically only 7 games back, and 5.5 games back of the wild card. But with the way we've been playing, that feels like Mount Everest, truly. Yeah. Our offense is still bad. We've scored 2 or less in half of our 7 of 14, our last 14 games, and um, we've only scored more than 4 3 times in that stretch, 4 or less in the other 11. Um, it's just bad, and maybe. um, and maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm coping, but I feel like it's still a failure of what we failed to address at the deadline. Going into the deadline, our biggest issue is we didn't have a big bat and we didn't have a true closer. And instead of getting either of those things, we got an additional starting pitcher who has been pretty bad, especially for who he is. Merrill Kelly should be pitching a lot better than he has in his 2 starts with us. And relievers who have been mediocre and called up who I guess was supposed to be a closer. We used him as more of a closer, Crivello. But you can't be like, oh, boy, we don't need to trade for a good closer. We're going to call up this rookie, and he's going to do great. And he did okay for his first 2 outings, and then he's been pretty poor since then. I think it's a failure to address what was the issues. We still have failed to score with runners in scoring position. We left like 11 or 12 on base in that one game against the Diamondbacks, and we have pretty bad numbers with runners in scoring position. Again, our bullpen especially has been bad, and a couple of those games are, I think, at least 3 of the games we lost were 9th inning losses by our bullpen. And so I'm pretty ready to throw in the towel. I'm talking with my dad and other people. I've been pretty vocal about it that I think season's pretty much over. We're pretty much done and gone. Season's pretty much over. Because to be even in a wild card spot, we have to sweep a handful of the remaining series. I think, realistically speaking. And that's just not possible, especially with the way we've been playing. I think there's almost 0% chance we win the AOS, and there's less than a 3% chance we get to the wild card. Those aren't real numbers. I think the real number is 6% if you're looking at betting odds. 6% chance we make the playoffs, which I think is generous. Yeah, it's just hard because with how good our pitching was, and we just didn't do anything with it, despite having the people we're supposed to have to do something with it. And then Jock Peterson came back in the lineup. He's been doing a little bit better, especially as of late, but he still isn't doing what we signed him to do. Jake Berger, I think, got injured again. Rowdy Tellez has been the best bat pickup, and we just signed him as a minor leaguer after he got DFA'd by Seattle. And everyone else continues to struggle. I mean, Adolis Garcia is not where he needs to be. He's had a great defensive season, truly, but that's not really why you sign Adolis Garcia. Seager's just had an off year. Simeon's had an off year. Josh Smith is the only one that's been consistently good throughout the year. Evan Carter, since he's been called up, no, I mean, he's had his bad times too. Young, obviously, was sent down because of how bad he was doing for a while there. And again, I feel like we've stopped walking as much or stopped seeing as many pitches. When I was being complimentary in June and early July, I was talking about how we're getting deeper into counts, seeing more pitches and walking more. And I feel like that hasn't been the case these last pretty much month. And that's what our offense has gotten stagnant again. Pitching, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess you can't expect your pitching to be perfect the entire season, but the drop off has been a little immense. I mean, our best pitchers, Corbin, has I think a 13 ERA in his last two starts. Evaldi, even though he's won his last two starts, has like a 7, I think. Again, Merrill Kelly has not been good with us so far. I don't think I did say this, but when we signed Merrill Kelly, we sent down Kumar Rocker instead of Jack Leiter, which I don't understand that at all. Kumar Rocker had been so hot, and Leiter hadn't been bad. He just been decent, but Rocker was the better option. We should have definitely kept Rocker in our rotation and sent Leiter down, but instead Rocker's down there, and Leiter has had pitched 60% balls in all of his starts since then. He's truly just not been able to hit the strike zone. That's been an issue. John Gray obviously came back from injury. He's been playing out of the bullpen, and he's been doing pretty awful. I think he also has a 13-point-something ERA since he's come back. It's just not a pretty sight. But they gave us 100 and it's a pitching staff that will give you more quality innings if we did make the playoffs, which again I don't really see as a possibility anymore. But they gave us 120 games of the top 3 pitching consistently in every game. In every game, 120 games, we had a top 3 rotation easy, if not the best in the league. And we didn't do anything with it. We came out of it with barely 2 games above 500. And now that they're starting to struggle, obviously the offense wasn't doing enough to support them when they were one of the best in the league. And right now they're struggling a little bit and being mediocre, just below average. And of course the offense isn't doing enough. They're not going. Even though instead of scoring 2 or less runs in every game, it's only in half of the games. We're still barely scoring 4, but that doesn't matter now that the pitching staff's giving up 5. Depressed Ranger fan noises. That's really it. It's just a huge disappointment. Because again, looking at the page, looking at the names on the paper, you're expecting, hey, this is going to be a pretty decent, at least, offensive team. And we were one of the worst in baseball, and we continue to be one of the worst in baseball. And our pitching was just supposed to be decent. And it ended up being one of the best. Corbin and Molly had incredible seasons. And obviously, Evaldi was supposed to be great. DeGrom was coming off an injury. We didn't know if he was going to do good. But he's been Jacob DeGrom. Maybe not peak Jacob DeGrom, but he's been Jacob DeGrom. So we've had 4 amazing pitchers. And then a tandem of 2 rookies, Leiter and Rocker, who have been just useful, have been good pitchers. I mean, they're not going to be, they're not stars, but they've been the obvious 5 spot, but they've been quality 5 spots in a stacked rotation, and we're sitting at 63 and 66 with 37 games left to play, and we got to win at least 25, and that's gonna at least 25 of those games, and that's just not, I don't see that happening. I mean, through 129, we've lost more than we won. So why are we gonna have a 700 winning percentage through the last 40 just around? It's just not gonna happen, boys. It's just not gonna happen. I think I did my math wrong, but it's just not gonna happen. So I'm throwing in the towel. Rangers did me dirty this year. Last year, I wasn't too big of an issue with it. I was like, oh, this is just how Bruce Bochy works. We're fine. We're chilling. We got good young guys. They're getting healthy. Next year, that'll be our year again. And I said that before the World Series year, so I was feeling pretty good. I said during our World Series year, against my sister, okay? I was like, people are discrediting the Rangers. I think we're going to be pretty good this year. And we were. And then this year, I was like, I think we're going to have a good run this year. I was wrong this time. By a lot. And then, it's just, and now it's starting to be questions. Is Bruce Bochy coming back? Who are we signing, re-signing, arbitration? We're not going to be able to keep all of the pitchers we got. Obviously, Molly, Corbin, and Merrill Kelly, obviously, their contracts are expiring. We're not going to keep all of them. So, it's a tough scene. Tough scenes for the Rangers. Our starting lineup is, like, for the most part, locked in. Like, Simeon and Seager aren't going anywhere. Young, Carter, and Langford likely aren't going anywhere. Josh Smith has been the best hitter on our team. Maybe he is going somewhere. But positions of change, or if anything, is right field, first base, and catcher. And then obviously you need more pitchers because we have a handful of expiring contracts. And we traded away 3 of our top 5 prospects for no reason. 3 of our top 5 pitching prospects for what has not been a wise choice. And I didn't think it was a wise choice at the time. I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20, but even when the thing happened, I said I don't agree with that, and I still don't agree with it. So our position of change is right field, first base, and catcher, and I guess designated hitter. But Pearson still got another year on his contract, and I don't know. We'll talk. This is for when the season actually ends, but I guess the season has ended in my mind, which is why I'm talking about it now. But we will see. I continue to do updates, but my heart's not in it anymore, boys. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But the trade deadline makes me mad, and just the offense in general makes me mad, and all of it combined makes me very sad. And that's the Rangers. I'm not gonna cover any games specifically. We've had bad offense, pretty bad pitching in most of the games. We won one of our games against the Royals in the 4-game series, which was a pretty important series for the wild card. I think up come the Cubbies. And double check that, I guess. No, not the Cubbies. Different C. The Indians, the Guardians. Up Cleveland. And it just don't really matter no more. I don't think. Cleveland, and then we got a couple more divisional games against the Angels and the A's. But look, if we sweep Cleveland, if we sweep the Angels and we sweep the A's, I'll buy back in. But I don't really think that's happening. But we'll see. That's all I got. That's the Rangers, not the Cowboys. Um, well, who's next? That's the Rangers.
um, we got the Dallas Wings next.
Take it away. Tell me about them.
I'm not gonna really mention specific games either. The Wings this week had 5 games and they only won one of them. The game that they did win, however, was against the Indiana Fever. They won 81 to 80. So pretty good win, but I mean, still surrounded by losses.
Yeah, but I mean, and the Fever have been hot recently, so
Yeah, they have. So yeah, pretty good win. Fever were 18 and 15. I mean, I'm just not gonna mention any games because at this point it's gonna be repetitive.
right.
It's really everything that me and Fabian have been saying every time we've been talking about the Wings. Their defense has to get better to finish out halves. I think I saw it a lot, especially this week for some reason. The games that they could have won if they would have stuck out finishing the halves.
Yeah, just the second and fourth quarter, just always, especially the second half of the second and fourth quarter, just always meltdowns.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just because they're tired or something, but they've had like the whole season to work on conditioning.
Yeah.
And then our point, like right after this, is but they're a young team,
Mm-hmm.
so they have the room to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then my biggest thing was turnovers. They've stopped turning the ball over, not completely, but they've definitely turned down the amount of turnovers. But now all the turnovers seem to be coming at crucial points in the game where the Dallas Wings could have won.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this game right now. It's like this game right here that they could have won against the Sparks. Yeah, the LA Sparks, which happens to be the game that Paige Beckers made a little bit of history on, with Paige Beckers scoring 44 points on 80% shooting. That's actually pretty cool. The record that she was mentioned for was that she is the player that scored the most points in a single game in the WNBA this season, and tied Cynthia Cooper's 28-year-old record for most points in a game by a first-year player. So that's actually pretty cool to see that Paige Beckers is breaking records. Additionally, this means that the Beckers has moved past Cooper for a third longest streak for consecutive double-digit scoring games by a rookie in WNBA history, with 29. And the Las Vegas forward, Asia Wilson, holds the record of 33 games in a row. That was obviously a pretty good game. They lost this game 81 to 80. But with the turnover point, that's almost exactly how they lost this game, was a crucial turnover. Beckers scored the final 13 points, with the last point being a technical free throw with 1 minute and 3 seconds left. They had the lead with 80 to 79, and the Wings turned the ball over after winning a jump ball, and Isaiah James missed a corner 3-pointer with 20 seconds left, and that gave the Sparks the final shot of the game. I mean, just like the Rangers, I don't know if you could tell by the Wings record, the Wings are completely out of the playoff race. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah, well, we were
the whole season.
This loss, yeah, we've been out of it,
Yeah.
but this loss officially eliminated us from playoff contention, despite great play from Beckers. Yeah,
I think that's a good. I think it's a pretty good message too, some players would find out that or would know that their team isn't going to be making the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see them kind of like regress a little bit. But Paige Beckers in a game that essentially really doesn't really matter for the Wings still went out and scored 44 points. I think that's a good sign showing that how much Paige really does like playing basketball. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the fans appreciate it too. I mean, I would not like it if if the Mavericks lost or wouldn't make the playoffs, and then you see the team like not try anymore for the rest of the games. I'd still want to see a little bit of that competitiveness, and Paige Beckers delivered on that. Also, I don't know if last episode we mentioned Maddie Seegers being back. I feel like we did.
I don't know.
Right? I don't know. I feel like we did, though, mention that Maddie Seegers was going to be back, like, early August. And just to talk about her, she's actually been doing pretty good ever since coming back from injury. Since coming back from injury in early August, she's averaged around, 15 points per game with high shooting percentages. And her scoring has been pretty consistent throughout these games that she's played. I think for the Dallas Wings, it doesn't really suck that they're out of the playoffs, mainly because we kind of expected them to be out.
It sucks how early we're out of the playoffs because we've been competitive in most of our games. I don't know about most of the games, but a decent amount of our losses, we've been competitive. And it just feels like we should have a little better record than we do. Even though I don't think we should even have a winning record, I feel like we should have a little better record than we do. And it's tough to see that record and be like, well, there's upsides. But I do think it's true, and I think we need to just some defensive issues, and I think we're competitive next season.
I don't think I have any concerns with them being competitive. It's mainly, I think to me it's just mainly the chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, these are some first year, second year players playing on the Wings.
Yeah.
And most of the defensive issues could necessarily be chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
If because I mean, for the defense, you do your job, and then you don't gotta necessarily worry,
mm-hmm.
but you gotta hope that the other players doing their job for the defense to actually work.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for that part, it's just chemistry.
It's also kind of a coaching thing, I think.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing too.
Our record should be much better with the talent we have. Again, I don't even know if necessarily I'm alluding to a winning record, but definitely better than where we are with the talent we have. A lot of people think that our coach has been doing a poor job, and I kind of agree. I don't know if it's enough for her to lose her job, but it's something to consider.
Yeah, I don't know, because I haven't really watched any full games of the Dallas Wings, so I don't really have an opinion on that. I feel like I gotta watch the game to see if she does make a drastic change at a crucial moment, and you're like, why would a coach do that?
Right.
I don't know. Just because I haven't seen any of the games, I don't really have an opinion on that.
Right.
But I think I do kind of agree. The record should be a little better, especially with this loss right here. I wonder what play they ran for that turnover to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just got stripped from the ball. But it definitely sucks. But even though we knew they were going to miss the playoffs, I didn't know they're going to miss it by this much.
Yeah. Officially eliminated from playoff contention. Lee Yeru is out for the season. We'll see what ends up happening for the rest of the season and into the off season. And but yeah, wing season officially done. Even if they win out, completely eliminated. So sad boy once again, but less surprising sad boy.
Yeah, what a time to come back on one of the saddest episodes.
This is what the title's gonna be called, the sad episode. um, yeah.
I think that's pretty much all I got for the Wings. Their next game is against the Storm, Seattle Storm, I'm pretty sure,
Mm-hmm.
on August 22nd. I do think, yeah, I don't know. I think this game's pretty much even, so, I mean, it's really almost 50-50, but I'm pretty sure Seattle Storm might end up taking this one.
Right.
But yeah, that's really all I got for the Wings right now.
Fair. Fair and valid.
We got soccer next if you want to talk
We got
about how soccer's been.
Soccer. FC Dallas. Kind of the opposite of what we've been saying for the other two teams. I mean, they're still losing. They still have a losing record. We're still sitting at 7 wins, 8 ties, 8 draws, 11 losses. But in our last 5, we're 2-2-1, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. We've been playing really good, or been playing a lot better. There's 8 games left in the season, and if we keep up this sort of form, there's still a chance we make the playoffs because 18 teams make the playoffs in the MLS. We just got to be ranked 9th to make the wild card and have an opportunity. So, still a possibility. We keep playing the way we're playing. Our offense has been a lot better, and our defense has been better. Not to a lot extent, but definitely better. And so things are looking a little bit up for FC Dallas. This last week we tied Austin FC 1-1. We had the lead, and they ended up tying it late in the second half. And tomorrow we play. Who do we play tomorrow? LAFC. And
You mean today? You mean tonight? This is a Friday.
yeah, it's tomorrow, Saturday.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I messed up.
Yeah, tomorrow, Saturday, we play LAFC, and then we play LA Galaxy. Two teams, you know. LAFC has been pretty successful this season. I mean, they haven't been great. They're sitting at 5th in the West with an 11-7-6 record, so sort of our reverse record. So they're definitely going to be a tough team. It's going to be a tough fight. But again, I mean, we tied our best 5-game stretch of the season with our 2-2-1. Our last 5 games, we've had good form. And I think we have every chance to win it. I mean, I think against LA Galaxy has been the worst team in the league this year with only 3 wins. Worst, lowest win total in the league. Second worst goal differential. And so LA Galaxy should hopefully be a win. But LAFC is going to be a fight. But again, I think we've had good form. We have every chance to win. LA Galaxy's next week. I don't know. I'm talking about them right now. But LAFC, I think we got a good shot at winning. 8 games left in the season, and we have a chance to make the playoffs. But it's gonna be tight. We'll have to probably win 4 of the remaining games and draw at least two of the others. So we can't lose more than 2 games. I say to confidently make the playoffs. Probably have to go 4-2-2 at our worst. But maybe if there's some draws instead of losses. You know, soccer is a little weird, but yeah. But FC Dallas is still in it to be the worst team in the playoffs, but still in it technically. And again, anything can happen once you make the playoffs. Playoffs is weird for soccer. That's why most leagues don't do it, but MLS does. And hopefully FC Dallas can be right there. Yeah. A little bit of an up note.
That's pretty funny how you're like, FC Dallas is the opposite, and then start off with, they've been losing games too.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, like, we still have a losing record, but
Yeah, their situation is better than the Rangers and the Wings.
yeah, absolutely. Again, you know, pretty good 5-game stretch. Musa's still rolling. It's 13 goals and 6 assists. But he's been like the only one scoring goals. At least consistently. So we'll see. We'll see. Won't we? Yeah. That's what I got for soccer. Nothing specific. Again, I'll get more into detail about our games next week. We're a little off sync. Not going into detail in any games because we got overwhelmed with 3 weeks worth of information. So we're not getting into any specifics on the games this week. But yeah, FC Dallas still has a chance and has had good form. And I'm gonna move on before I say that again for like the 8th time. Is it time to be hopeful? Does that lead us into being more hopeful? Are you not hopeful?
You mean for this next team that we're about to talk about?
Yeah. You're not hopeful?
Not with their current situation going on.
We're gonna talk about
Talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the Micah Parsons situation.
Mm-hmm.
As every Cowboy fan knows, Micah Parsons requested a trade because Jerry Jones refuses to pay Micah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everybody knew Jerry Jones was going to do something to make the Cowboys be talked about.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones does this almost all the time. Micah Parsons is sick of it, requested a trade. But honestly, can you blame Micah for wanting a trade after the owner's not giving him the money that he wants or kind of deserves?
I don't think you can, to play devil's advocate, you can't. I don't think Jerry Jones is the only one that would be doing this right now as an owner. Jerry Jones is obviously like the most well-known owner, and people are always like, well, it's Jerry Jones. But like, I don't think he's the only owner that would be doing this in the situation. Because I could be wrong. Let me double check before I say something stupid.
What you trying to say?
Give me a second. Yeah, because no, wait. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. I'm wrong. Ignore what I was about to say. But I still, either way, because I don't think Jerry Jones is the only one that would be doing this in this situation. Micah Parsons released a statement where he was like, I wasn't even the one that brought up contract negotiations. That was them. And then I was just talking about what I wanted, and then it became this whole thing. I'm paraphrasing a lot. And it's frustrating. Obviously, it's for like Micah Parsons is an amazing player, deserves to get paid, but we already overpaid Dak, and we paid CD, and it's just a lot of money. But Micah Parsons deserves to get paid.
I think that's what.
And I think he will be. I don't believe he's gonna get traded. But
Yeah, Jerry Jones is gonna pay him, but I mean, my whole point is, I saw something where they're talking about the Cowboys. I don't know if it was a YouTube video that I saw, but they were talking about how the Cowboys had pretty good season. Not really.
right.
But they were saying that the Cowboys actually, their morale was up. They felt like they could actually do good, go far into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as a Cowboys fan, you kind of take that with a grain of salt with how the Cowboys have usually been. But with the Cowboys being that excited for the season to come up, I think this is like a huge momentum killer.
I don't know if it is.
You don't think?
Like, training camp hasn't felt. Honestly, it's felt better than it has years past, I think. I'm not the most hopeful for how the end result of this upcoming season is going to be, but I like the energy and momentum that's been around the training camp this year more than I have in years past, where I feel like this team kind of feels more like a team. Feels like obviously they've the little fights and spats and things are what go viral, but from what I've seen is it feels like I don't know, I like the energy that they've had.
Yeah.
In what I've seen.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good training camp, but I'm just saying it's because the point that video made, I wish I remembered the name in the YouTube channel. Yeah, the creator that I saw it from. They made the point where it's almost like the owner doesn't really believe in you to give you the contract, and what Jerry Jones said that Micah Parsons was hurt. What did he say? 6 games? I know. Micah Parsons wasn't out all that much, but he said that it just feels like with the owner doing that, it's cool to see the players on Micah's side too, changing whatever they did for Micah.
Mm-hmm.
But they said with Jerry Jones holding out, paying Micah, that the Cowboys is just almost tired of it. This is like the third, not the third season in a row, right? Just the third time he's done it with the Cowboys player.
Yeah.
And although I agree, shouldn't have gave Dak that much money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised that one of the Cowboys players is almost sick of it. But almost everybody knows he should be getting paid before week 1 anyway.
Yeah.
I just feel like this shouldn't even be an issue.
Right.
I think it would be an issue if a Cowboy player who wasn't that productive, maybe only had like a handful of good games, is demanding that much money, then it'd probably be worth it to not pay him. But
it's just with the salary cap, it's hard to shoot about. Like, when we do pay, if when I do think we're gonna pay him, when we do pay Micah what he's worth, it's gonna leave us very little leeway for next off season. You know, like we're once we if we're dead set on keeping Dak, CD, and Micah, then we don't have too many. We don't have like free agent signing power. Like even if we want to keep George Pickens around, that's going to be hard to do if he has a good season, and we want to keep him around. That's going to be difficult to do once we pay Micah. So the salary cap situation.
Yeah, but I mean that's the whole thing too. They're saying that the Cowboys are. I mean, obviously they say it every year, but they're saying the Cowboys are all in and all that. This season's different. I don't really know about that, but I mean, I'm just saying. It just sucks to see one of the important defensive players on the Cowboys not be paid what he's worth, and if he gets traded, I mean, which we know he's not going to get traded, but if he would get traded, this, I mean, obviously was the whole reason why.
Yeah. I don't expect to see him traded, and I mean, I think there's a decent chance he just gets franchise tagged. And I don't see that. Maybe some people will. I don't see that as like big owner doing bad thing. I mean, I don't know. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see. I don't know what position. I don't know. Yeah. You know? That's the best way I can say it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to the. It's really a Cowboys thing. Something weird always happens around this time of year. And Cowboys fans are usually used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously don't like it.
Right.
Just because, I mean, they should be worried on the season coming up, especially with the potentially good first game of the season that's coming up. They should be focused on that and not if arguably the Cowboys, one of the Cowboys' greatest players is going to be available week 1.
Right. Well, I mean, like, he's under contract for this season, you know?
Yeah. And there were people already talking about if he's going to hold out on week 1. Which, I mean, if he's going to hold out week 1, I mean, or hold out games until he's paid, then, I mean, I don't really think that's a good way to show that you should be getting paid.
Yeah, I agree. But
might as well just use this season to show why you should get paid again. But
yeah, I mean, it's your contract season. Even because it's your contract season. It's your contract season. Even if you don't want, you show why someone should pay you. And I mean, if he's requesting a trade, he doesn't want to be with the Cowboys anymore. Then go show out anyways. Because you not playing isn't gonna get you paid by someone else.
Yeah.
So.
That's the.
But I really don't think he. I don't think he gets traded. I don't think he signs somewhere else. But
it's just a really unfortunate situation at a unfortunate time of the preseason. Their last preseason game is what?
Tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh no, today?
No. Is it? No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, August 22nd. Friday at 7.
Is it today?
Against the Falcons.
It is today.
And then it's what? A week off, and then the week after next week, September 4th, the first game, which I think. I mean, you would think, Cowboy fans would think that they would be focused on the game one.
I mean, most people are. Or what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like this whole, like what I said before, the whole thing's about Micah right now.
I don't know. I mean, it is a story, but again, I don't feel like it's enveloped the entire culture. Like you're saying, I feel like despite this Micah storyline, that I feel like they've had a fine, like fine. They've been like the training camp, like the preseason. I feel like has been pretty good, especially again compared to how I felt about training camps preseasons in years past. I feel like this one is, even with the Micah storyline, this one doesn't feel as bad. It feels like they're getting ready for the season to me. Maybe I'm way off base, but like I feel like they haven't, like they're getting ready to play football. It's still the vibe that I get, even with the Micah storyline going on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's only because, I mean, obviously Micah's friends are on the Cowboys, and if they're showing support on social media for Micah to get paid, I don't want them to jeopardize like a regular season game just to show like, oh look.
They're not gonna do that. It's not something that grown men do.
I don't know. Some of the players actually, although it would be, no, it wouldn't be cool. I mean, it's just good to see that they have their teammates back and all that. But I mean, he should just play.
Yeah.
Because I really don't get how players who want to get paid threaten to sit out. Because then that should show their whole mentality already if they're willing to sit out to be paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just sucks that he's the Cowboys' almost greatest defensive player.
Yeah. But even then, he doesn't help. Well, the big thing also, especially last season, I don't love how they're playing him. He's a linebacker. We're just using him as another defensive lineman. And either because of the way they're playing him, or they're playing him because he's not good against the run as a linebacker, but he's a great pass rusher, obviously, but he's been no help in our rush defense woes. Like, our rushing defense has been awful, and even when Mike is on the field, he doesn't help that. Obviously, he's an amazing pass rusher. One of the best in the league, if not the best in the league, but he's not a good run defender. At least not above replacement level, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's Cowboys, our biggest issue. Even without Micah, we have a decent pass rush defense. It's obviously a lot better with Micah, but the big issue in our defense is a running defense. And it's not like Micah has proved to be helpful in that area, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, Cowboys got new head coach, new defensive coordinator.
Yeah. New everything.
Yeah, new everything. So hopefully they would know how to deal with Micah, where to put Micah.
Right.
The defensive coordinator was the Bears head coach last season, right? Or
no,
am I thinking of somebody else?
No,
he's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Last season, our defensive coordinator was the Bears head coach. Yes, I misunderstood how you were asking the question. Yeah.
No, my bad. But I fully expect Micah to be playing week 1 against the Eagles.
I agree.
And that game is going to be a pretty good game, I think.
Yeah.
I think even if the Cowboys lose, if they keep it close, it'll be a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, we're hoping the Cowboys win.
Mm-hmm. But that's for a story for in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we should have been talking about the past preseason games.
I mean, I never put too much stock in the actual preseason games. It's just sort of players getting warmed up and seeing, maybe rookies and undrafted free agents, how they do. And for me, this preseason has been how's our running backs room, more than anything. And so far, it's been pretty bad. But that's what I was expecting. I'm not surprised. I don't even know who our starting running back will be week 1. I don't even have an inkling. We'll see what decision they come to. But, I feel like we're going to have a pretty hard time running the ball. So, we'll see.
Just like last season.
But it's going to be worse than last season. I don't see how it's not going to be worse than last season. We don't.
Be ready.
It's pretty bad, guys.
Be ready for a bunch of jet sweeps.
Yeah, we just got Lamb and Pickens, and that's it, and Ferguson. But
I will say against the Ravens, the preseason game. I think it was the Ravens. I think Tyler Booker played, like Cowboys' first round pick.
Yeah.
He played against the Ravens, and I think from what I saw, Tyler Booker did pretty good. Pretty good, solid first round pick, I think, so far. I don't know if our running back played.
Our running back, he did, and they played awful.
He did?
Yes. Well, our whole offense played pretty bad against the Ravens.
Well, the Cowboys' preseason offense isn't that good.
Yeah. But, I'm not putting too much stock in that. I'm looking at individual players more than anything, and I didn't see anything impressive in either of our games from any of our running backs in any capacity. Yeah. So,
just gotta see.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, I'm scared of our running game, both offensively and defensively. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be good. I guess Jaden Blue still hasn't played in any of the preseason games. Why hasn't he, though?
I don't know. But I completely forgot they got another running back from Clemson.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
was that really? Did we really wait until the 5th round to draft a running back? It doesn't even matter. What? Oh my gosh, dude! Can't believe we waited till the 5th round to draft a running back. We should have had him right. We should have. Yeah, But yeah, start getting ready for football season. I guess.
Start to be excited for a regular season.
Yep.
Season.
Coming up here in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
If don't draft our running backs if you're playing fantasy. Do draft our wide receivers though. And Ferguson. They're gonna be racking up points. So's Prescott, probably.
Is that all we got for the Cowboys?
That's our hopeful Cowboys note?
Or not the Cowboys, this Micah Parsons talk?
I mean, that's all I got for both. I mean, do you have anything else about the Cowboys? I don't know.
Not at the moment, no. I don't see any really big news against what the Cowboys going against the Falcons.
No, I mean, it's just the preseason. Again, I don't preseason. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if anyone plays great. You said you like how Joe Milton looked.
Yeah, I
I
liked a
think
little bit of Joe Milton.
I think he looks like a decent backup. Yeah. That's where I'm chilling and waiting and sitting. That's where I am.
Yeah, just waiting for a good regular season, and then if they make the playoffs.
I think we make the playoffs. We'll talk about this more after next week or the week after.
Yeah.
But I think we're there. But we don't know what happens after. Stay on the lookout. We'll try to get out a regular non-podcast video. I think, and hopefully I'm not lying this time for the 18th time. I think that's all we got.
Wow.
That's all we got?
Yeah, that's all we got.
I think that's all we got. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and I guess TikTok. They've been ghost towns, but follow us there. And if you stayed this long, comment.
The sad episode.
The sad episode. Yeah, that sounds accurate. Again, we'll go back to more regular talking about the games next week, and thanks for watching.